Yeah, I do apologize for waking up in the morning. Oh Jesus, I had to go to work later on. I gotta do a video about some YouTuber that's a cult and Fox supporter. Not him, so he's probably like not all Latinos are Mexican, but he probably is Mexican American descent. Who came on my channel, um, accusing me of making excuses of Andre Jackson. And said I look suspicious. Didn't talk about that he can detect a liar, blah blah this and that. As I go on his YouTube channel, I see that the fact that he supports Colton Folter and it's about a black versus Hispanic crimes. And as y'all know, I am not with the one drop rule. I'm not with blood quantum. I'm not with racial separation. If folks want to, please go back to your countries for that. Okay, yes, most of African Americans and some whites and also Hispanics are part Native American, but colonization. If you want pure this and that, just go. Okay. Um, I'm not for for diversity and for also I have a multiracial background. My background is African American, French, Spanish, so Creole. Real. Just funny like last year, just finding out and then should come. Um, Real's the last name. Oh, my mama's third great grandfather, which is my fourth grandfather, which is my great grandfather who's 98. His grandmother's father. Okay, his paternal grandmother father. Okay. Um, I think Grandpa Ray just turned 98 as he go to the family because due to drama issue. I don't like to be around family drama. I'm very not all that family oriented when it comes to family drama. I don't care about whose blood. They should preach that blood thick and water because who fight drama. I don't fight drama in my life and I ain't trying to write theirs. Native American, Irish, English. I have Native American on both sides of the family, mom's side of the family. That's what Grandpa Ray's mother was part black and part Native American. And also, my parent, my granddaddy's side, my grandparents had Native American, especially my grandmother on my dad's side. Her dark skin, straight hair great grandfather, his grandfather was Choctaw on his dad's side, and part in the wife, which is the great grandmother, third grandma mine, was English and black from Louisiana. Choctaw. Okay, so like I don't have. Well, I just shaved my facial hair, but the rest of my body I'm hairless. Even my legs are less hair. Okay, very mongoloid neck. Okay, so let's get to the subject. Besides this camera complexion, I don't have dark chocolate complexion. Um, the truth of the matter is that this man comes on my channel, okay, accuses me of making excuses of Andrew Jackson, where I apologize because I had to realize that the man did not kill, Jose Flores. So out of my conscience, and also I will support a brother or Latino brother who's false accused, okay? A white person as well, a white brother, white community does not accept me, okay? In the United States, okay? Not all white people, many white people don't do their one drop trash and all that other crap. Um, I apologize. I also banned Andre Jackson for saying that Michael Jackson was his dad and bashing the kids who look white or lighter complexion because Blanket don't look all that white. Um, saying it's not his kids when African Americans are not pure black. Just looking at me, I don't look like Wesley Snipes. Well, it was like, not just from here, but not he looks like a pure black African. Okay, I don't look like Akon. Okay, and Michael Jackson before the cosmetic change and the vitiligo had my complexion, not Andre Jackson complexion, which is silly beginning he's the third or the junior. Talking about Andre Jackson, not Michael Jackson third or the think. Okay, so this man wakes me up and I just wake up and I wake up and I'm looking at stuff on YouTube trying to see whether activity on my videos, and I see this mess. And then he starts saying to take a liar. So I had suspicious when I wasn't in that ratchet ass area of Houston. Yes, the North Main area is a ratchet ass area. Okay, I have family members there. Actually, my grandparents, both my grandparents and my grandfather. Okay, my dad, my dad's parents were raised in that area, okay, when it was segregated. And also, to detail, my maternal grandmother and my mom, coming from the central part of Texas, came there, okay? Um, I know I'm gonna go in that ratchet area, okay? So this dude says I was suspicious, like, okay, if I fit a suspicion of a dark complected man, I'm not dark skinned, and prior to people's definition of what dark complected in growing up in the 80s into 90s, dark complected and before, dark skin is dark chocolate in our race, dark brown, almost the color black. I'm not being colorist, but that's the truth. And I'm not with that blacking it down bullshit. Y'all already know that, okay? Call me coon, I don't give a fuck. Okay? I live for myself. So, and I wasn't around the area, and I was working on the west side, okay, at the department store during that time, and it was a sister that told me about this murder prior to that Wednesday, okay? So, to be honest with you, put my hand on the Bible. In that situation, don't ever defame my character. Trust me, you're talking about legal counsel. I would get legal counsel if you're making that argument at me, okay? This is defamation of my character, okay? And I kept up with this murder. I didn't get a chance to go to honor Mia Nadevada's death at Club Eldorado that Thursday because of this murder, and hoping that some racist person did not harass me, self-hating racist person, because Mexicans do have African roots besides Spanish and Native. A lot of people don't want to admit it. It sounds like Rose Perez about Randy Vioga. You know, Randy Vioga is Venezuelan, Rose Perez is Puerto Rican review about his remark on Obama, okay? On the fired Randy Vioga, okay? I've been doing these studies on mixed ancestry here since I was a teenager, and I'm just almost 40 years old. And this man comes in, so he's saying he can get lead cancer, make a member of this thing, but you're supporting Colin Falter. Let me say something to you. Let me turn the shower off, because I'm about to take a shower to get ready. Oh, God. I'm very vocal. I don't like to type. Remember, I don't have my computer ready. I have my new computer, just that the Freedom Pop is getting on my nerves about the content they stupid ass, and let them know, can you please give me internet, okay, so I can go to school, get my bachelor's in entrepreneurship. I should take history. Actually, I passed in history class. I did. My white teacher online, professor, let me do a series on Black and Native American people. So that's part of my roots. I made a 90 in 2015, and I was jumping up. I went to FedEx. I used to call it Kinko's, and went praying in the hood, the whole valley. Nothing happens to me on the bus late at night after doing this big report using Black Indians, and I'm glad that the revised version of Black Indians mentioned one of our Black, Mexican, and Native American heroes, female heroes, I think heroines, you call them. Not used to using that word, but female heroes. Lucy Gonzalez Parsons, and she was a former slave. She was Black and Mexican and Native American descent. She married a white man, Alvin Parsons. She moved to California, Chicago, and she was a freedom fighter for all the immigrants and people of color and women, and labor unions and all the other stuff. And she was a voice that even the Chicago Police Department said that Lucy Gonzalez Parsons was worse than rioters, because it was like me. I don't have to go ahead and act riot and loot and everything else. My voice is like this. So shout out to Miss Lucy Parsons, Lucy Gonzalez Parsons, for making that voice for her Black and brown and native red people. Okay. Let me get to the subject. Let me turn the shower off so I can go ahead, because I'm about to get in the shower. I know I'm not naked, y'all. I do have something underneath my shirt, okay? But I'm just trying to, maybe mad this Porcho comes to my channel and start bashing me, okay? Bashing me, and this, I don't like that. I banned the Q's killer, the second Q's killer, Jose Flores. But I'm about to bash. I'm trying to get this man feedback. Please come on and do a feedback onto me so that you can tell me what you have to say. It gets any further, or actually I'm gonna start banning, okay? Remember, this is my channel. I'm in control of this. I'm just like Jose Flores, just like Whitney Houston, just like Listen to Guerrero, who birthday is nearby them, okay? Chris Perez, Obama, Halle Berry, Jennifer Lopez. I'm a Leo, okay? And I do, and even Clinton. I can't stand old rotten Clinton. That's why I vote for his dot-ass wife, okay? Doing Trump campaign. Almost won no, for real. I'm not a Trump supporter, but through this murder, I was about to do that, okay? To show, that's why I told Felix on this channel, on one of my videos about this case, that I'm not mad at gentrification in Black and brown communities. I'm glad it's happening. And actually, I think I should interview Stacey Dash about this. I think that, no, I don't like Stacey Dash, her Cooney on Fox News, her Portia Cooney, and her mama Thea Taco Cooney, okay? But she does have points. I think she needs to speak more about Black and brown people because her mother is Mexican, her dad's African American descent, and she needs to speak on more about this. I think that says that she's actually during this time, y'all, during this murder that happened, and black and brown people in Houston. That's why I did wish a hurricane, and it did happen. Ha! Go ahead, crazy. I'm not God, but the hurricane happened. Like after I said, I wish a tsunami or anything happens to Houston because how racist it is here. Rich, and no offense to the victims of Hurricane Harvey who are innocent. But if you're racist and you start a lot of mess in Houston, my heart does not go out to you because I'm telling you, I don't like racist people of any color. You know, one thing I don't understand how people want their sin to be in other people's life when they don't keep their sin within themselves, okay? If I want someone to sin, I go to people who share that sin with. I don't go after people who don't want no part of that sin, okay? Makes a lot of sense, right? Okay. I'm going to turn the shower off, y'all. Oh, Lord. Oh! The Devo's coming out of me, y'all. You know I'm a Devo. That's part of my screen name on Instagram and Twitter. Oh! Just like my black and white Hispanic singer, Mariah Carey, she's a diva too. Everybody was telling me at work that Mariah Carey could not handle me or something like that because she's a diva. And I said, I'm a Devo. Yeah, you know, Mariah Carey is Venezuelan and black, and her dad's side, her mom is Irish. So she's, you know, her name could have been Nunez if her grandfather from Venezuela and I changed it to Carey, okay? You know, I read all about this mixed ancestry and everything else, okay? And she's my role model, by the way. As a black Hispanic, because I have Spanish Creole, and a white Native American male, that's what I'm mixed with. Very proud of it. Do not want to be pure anything. So let me turn this off. To Felix. Zaragosa. Fuera de mi canal, por favor, please get off my channel. Okay, let me say something to you, okay? I don't like porchos. I don't like coons. I don't like people coming bashing me about DACA, me supporting DACA. Get off my channel. I don't like either or, okay? You are the reason why, before you talk about black and brown, I'm going to explain why black and brown racism exists. First of all, misclassification of people. African Americans, descendant people of any shade, heritage, even those that look like you, do the mixing, will classify as black, and lucky Latinos do not include in one drop rule, okay? During when they had the Mexican-American War, they was kicking Latinos or Mexican descent out of the United States. No different than Trump was trying to get rid of DACA, okay? During that time, during the Treaty of Guadalupe, Hidalgo bill. Remember, and then also the Klan was lynching Mexican people and Texas Rangers and everything. But so, know your history, okay? During that time, the automatic Mexican Americans and any Hispanic origin, people of any origin, is citizens. They classified them as white. Was considered white legally, but socially was not. Trust me, Selena's father, 19, will be working in the music business as a singer before his dad. Before his daughter. No offense to Selena, love Selena. Happened. Remember that movie when they said y'all acting like Italians and they talking about that? Excuse me, only whites, only to Mexican people. When that white man told Abraham that in the movie, Selena, please know your history, okay? They had signs that said no Mexican, no dogs, no Negroes, and then it was Lulac who fought hard to try to keep the white category in Hispanic community. But there was never been a Hispanic president before Barack Obama. Of course, that's someone African American descendant. Yes, there were presidents who were white with African American and Native American mixture, particularly Lincoln and the rest of them, but they passed as white. That's why folks now know about that, okay? But the truth of the matter is, Latinos could have classified as black if they knew about that 3 races, not 2. 3 races. And I know you said, well, there were no Africans in Mexico. That's because of miseducation. Let's go to history lesson. Well, you know La Raza Cosmica? Okay, La Raza Cosmica is an essay that Jose Figueroa, born in Texas, who went to Mexico, one of the philosophers in Mexico, who was born in Texas, who probably knew about the one-drop rule, trying to warn people in Mexico and the rest of south of the border about this rule. And in that essay, it celebrated all these doggone mixtures in Latin America, particularly the 3 races. Yeah, they mentioned Asian, but the Asian population, except for Native American, of course, but in the Asian, straight out of Asia, not long distance, you know, back in before Columbus came, was very small, okay? But the mixtures of Native and Spaniard and African was celebrated. And also in an essay, he said that he constructed that mixing so it can get rid of the Negro population, meaning people who look black, do the race mixing, and was spawned the new mestizo. That's how I know about mejor de raza, the better the race. So to marry someone white, that's why George Lopez, his dark complected behind, as a Mexican who have Spanish and African and Native and Asian, due to that DNA test that Mariah Carey on his show, and his grandmother, who's a less darker than him, she was afraid that her kids would not look like her too much, or him, you know, especially he was darker. I know about that stuff. I read about that. Because as Creoles, some of our people married within, not my family that I know of, but those some Creole people who looked like you, okay, who did look exotic and didn't know who they was, were married within their own family, because they couldn't marry white people when they had that anti-miscegenation law. See, I know about this, and I know that people will marry those who are lighter to keep their blood. See, therefore, even in my own family, I would mention not marrying no family members, but my great grandfather or my mom, on my grandma, we mention this. Her dad, who was dark skinned with straight hair, okay, and thin lips, do that white English and black and Native American Choctaw DNA of his, okay. Big Mama was lighter than him, okay. She's probably like a little bit, not too much my complexion, but a little. I think her dad was light skinned. Actually, her mom was dark skinned. I didn't understand how they had an issue, but they didn't want her to marry Big Daddy because of that. So within our own community, we have that mess too. You know, those married lighter, whatever, and to who want to marry, but please don't tell your kids not to marry whatever. Let them make the decision who they want to marry. Okay. It's for everybody, okay? So we have that going on too. We have people up here, you too dark, you too light, your hair kinky, hair nappy, hair straight, kinky, whatever. You got, yeah, you too hot, you too yellow bone, you too. We have that same doggone mess they have in Latin America, you know, pelo malo, pelo bueno, pelo malo, you know, pieto, güero, güera. Come on. Now, same doggone thing. No different. Okay. So, anyway, point is, when they happened during Jim Crow, some Latinos who thought they were white picked up white supremacist attitudes. And I remember old people in the family was telling me, yeah, they would sit on the color seat, not because they're on the white seat doing segregation, and actually act like and think they were better than African American people. So that's where black and brown racism came in. Remember, it was LULAC who went against my multiracial category, actually our multiracial category, because it also includes you. 20 years ago, LULAC, NAACP, the Nassau Raza, Urban League, and then the other minority groups, the AIM, which is American Indian Movement, and also Asian League, 20 years ago, went against that category. I was hoping to check that category because I turned 18 back in 97, because I'm 38 now. I was hoping to check that category, because even on my AC test, I checked multiracial. On the thing, I checked other on my SAT test. Okay, yes, I did back in '97. I took both tests at University of Houston. I don't forget that. Okay, so when I sent them, I did check. I said, "Oh, they have multiracial." I remember Tiger Woods was talking about his multiracial, Mariah Carey, and all the rest of the mixed race people was announcing. But y'all was saying, "Oh no, it would get rid of the numbers." But excuse me, why are Latinos who are mixed checking white? So during that time, Jose Vasconcelos told that essay made Mexico ignore the African mixture of its country, and other Latino countries did a similar. You had Rafael Trujillo, who was a Dominican and Haitian mulatto, who will put powder on his face, kill the Dominicans who look black, and also Haitians. That's why the Dominicans, even though they look darker than me, do not even claim to be black, because of this scandalization. That's why Cardi B, the rapper, who's making racial comments of those who are darker than her, and she's Dominican and Trinidadian, okay? Yes, that's why people don't like. It was calling her the W word and SPIC word on DJ Flash channel, because she defend using the N word, knowing that that's Latinos. Oh, one day I'm African descent and I'm gonna use the N word and go back and try to say, yeah, I'm not black. Okay, thank you. Okay, that mess that Rosa Perez was called out on The View. Okay, when Roderick York. Okay, so the truth of the matter is, during a time when they had the parceros and all that stuff. Remember, and it's true that the white people brought parceros from Mexico to do the cotton picking and all that, because African American people who were former slaves did that, and many of them were doing other domestic works. And I always remember when that stupid Portia down in Arizona talking about we acting like niggers, whatever she said, Erica Booston, whatever her damn name is. She was whatever Escalante, whatever, I forgot her fucking name is. I'm gonna cuss here. She forget that back in the day, Baceros, immigrants, remember migrant workers, was picking cotton along with black people or mixed people, because none of us are pure black. Because I think 1920s when the less population of pure black came, because a lot of them was marrying people of mixed DNA. That's the reason why. That's either we not all got raped by a mess or excuse me, but a lot of them married, especially like Malcolm X situation. His dark skinned dad married his mulatto mama because he wanted thank you, okay? Same thing. She wanted dark kids. She hated the fact that her dad raped her mama in the Caribbean. Okay, so come on. Anyway, let's get to the subject. So, the truth of the matter is, a lot, and the weird part is that you had a smart, intelligent Chicano, Cesar Chavez, realize he not white compared to the United States. Maybe he put it on his birth certificate or whatever, but he's not treated like a white man. He's treated less class. I remember meeting Latinos every time I speak Spanish to the ones who are older. They said, "Oh, I don't speak Spanish because we live in a white community and we had to be afraid speaking Spanish. They'll make fun of us. You used to get whippings for speaking Spanish by your parents, just like in the Creole and Cajun culture. Same doggone thing. Speaking in Cajun or Creole in the Anglo school in Louisiana, you got your ass whipped, okay? Which I'm not for corporal punishment. The subject. So, point is, that situation was going on, the simulation. But still, they didn't give Latinos highway positions. They should treat them like slaves. Remember, you might, like I said about these people talking about, well, they taking our jobs. What jobs? I don't want no Aunt Jemima and Sue Shining positions. I want CEO positions. I want to be in the situation where Trump is. Not be like him, but, I'm not racist like him. Hold on a second. So, that's why I'm trying to go back to school. I ain't trying to get on low wage job and clean house and clean restrooms and all that other shit. That was back in the day when they were forced to do that mess when we had to go through that situation, okay? So, point is, Martin Luther King said Chavez were friends when they were trying to get the Poor People's March. Okay. And that's, I'll never forget, there was a black and brown unity. A lot of brown Barretts and Black Panthers were friends. Where is that doggone man name? He's black and Mexican. He's in San Antonio. He's a senator, a congressman. I mean, he's a councilman, and he looks Mexican in a stereotypical sense, but he's part black. I can't think his name. Marco something. Anyway, I mentioned his name in this video, and I actually talked to him sometimes on Facebook. Belonged to a Texan, black Texan film group, okay? And he teaches African American studies, and you see, there's a Mexican man, but he's part African American too. Okay, he lives in San Antonio. He tells business, but he lives in San Antonio. He's a councilman, and he was talking about how on YouTube how the Brown Berets and Black Panthers were together. This was the time, and they had but would stop the Black and Brown coalition when Martin Luther King was talking to Cesar Chavez. During that time, a lot of y'all don't understand that they were about to organize the Poor People's March. When Martin King was killed, it was a Southern coalition leadership, whatever, Christian leadership went against Martin King's decision to help Chicanos, Puerto Ricans, and poor whites in this march. A lot of folks do not know their history, okay? So, the reason I'm bringing this up, that during the time after the Civil Rights Bill, which they later on would start putting Hispanic or Latino, when they start to realize that our people, because I'm part Hispanic, but Spanish Creole roots, not from Latin America, okay? Not that I know of, because even folks do not know, the Black Seminoles crossed the Rio Grande and married black Mexican people, okay? in Coahuila. Nacimiento de los Negros, that's named the birth of blacks, that town, that's where they went to. They went to Bracketsville, Texas, and Eagle Pass, and Zaragosa, which is your last name, God dog, okay? And Del Rio, excuse me. Those small little towns by the border, a lot of them are descendants of black and Seminole people who was in the Trail of Tears, who kicked out John Hart, all them, Juan Cabello's his name when he came to Mexico, okay? Don't forget that Sam Houston, one of his slaves, who looked white, though not look like me, even though they made a picture of a man, looked camera skin like me, named Tom. Tom, whose family was from the Caribbean, he was one of Sam Houston's slaves. And Ashu, he said, because it's one of the biblical names. They fled to Matamoros. Please get the book Rio, across Rio Grande, across the Rio to Mexico, Negroes in Mexico by Rosen Swartz. I have that book in my backpack. I'm gonna do a movie about, we'll do a video about that, supporting DACA, because when Texas was stolen due to the fact of an Afro-Mestizo Mexican man, okay, named Vicente Guerrero, whose same birthday is near Jose Flores, okay? He banned slavery in 1829 from Spain. Remember, the whole idea that Mexico going against Spain was las castas, the caste system. Oh, they don't teach you that in school. The Spaniards from Spain, okay, white people, were on top. The secondary was the Spaniards from Mexico, who were born in Mexico, the Criollos. They was the second class. The mixed race people, mulatto, mestizo, lobo, all albino, all these different mixed race names. I think Carrizo, those type, yeah, all different names, Zambo and all different names, okay? Mixed race people was in the middle. Then you had your pure black people in Mexico and pure indigenous Native American people in Mexico. That's the whole reason why Mexico fought against Spain, because this is Hispanic Heritage Month, because they knew that their caste system was racist. Okay, because they gave you certain rights due to cocoa white DNA, so I'm not with that blood quarter mess. That's why. I hope you know your history. If you, I mean, I'm maybe older than I am, but it's sad that, and I'm not saying that because, but I'm not even Hispanic, but by me being in the multiracial movement, I read about this stuff. I read why Latinos were not classified as black. Both, all, not all, Mexican, Puerto Rican, both Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican, whatever. Because majority of Latinos down there, no matter what they look like, have a mixture of 3 races. Okay? So, all right. So don't forget that Jose Vasconcelos squashed the history lesson due to his essay. That's why Mexico got rid of this idea of having African roots and had a biracial identity, not a triracial identity, aka Afro-Mestizo identity of his country. That's the whole reason why that they denied, and it took, 2015, during the Day of Guadalupe, and I'm Catholic too, I'm not the perfect one, okay? 2015, maybe the Blessed Mother prayed to God. Remember Revelation chapter 5 and 8. That's why we believe in the communion of saints. Okay? Pray to God. And ask Him to reveal that. And I believe that. God help me if it's not true. But, yes. Remember, they finally put an Afro-Mexican category. I think you should say Afro-Mestizo, because those people in Mexico are not pure black, who look like me and don't look more African, less African, whatever, even though some that look like, you know, Jose Flores are coming out saying, and it wasn't a small percentage checking that category. Do your research. A bunch of Mexicans were checking the Afro-Mexican category after they put that on the census. 1 million? That's a lot. Million something. I forgot how the exact number, but it was a millions of them was checking that category. So they're now a million, okay? The whole idea of black and brown racism started after the Civil Rights Bill was passed. A lot of Latinos and African Americans, I'm sorry to say it like this, felt that only white people could be racist. Then you have the Chicano nationalists and black nationalists teach that mess. And then don't forget, the drug situation started to come in. That's why you had that prison mess going on in Southern California and the rest of areas, okay? Don't forget that it was Richard Nixon that before Latinos would become a big population, they mostly focused on the white liberals and African people on war or drugs. Okay, remember also too, he the one, not the Democrat. He was the one who made abortion legal. A lot of people know it caused genocide. It's causing genocide in our community, and they're trying to do it in the Hispanic community because you have Hispanics who don't practice their Catholic faith or they're Protestant because the men are leaving. You know, they're not doing their research. I'm an ex-Protestant. I know. Please stop listening to personal interpretation of scripture. Okay, godly. Because the first church was the Catholic Church. Thank you. Okay, Jesus brought that church for a reason. The other church at the Reformation are man-made. I'm no offense to any Protestant, but as an ex, I don't like personal interpretation of scripture that St. Peter talks about in the second letter. Okay, and distortion. That's why they have slavery in the South. The Southern Baptist Convention was the main reason promoting slavery in the South. Know your history. Due to personal interpretation, think that slavery was legal in the Bible. Crazy people. Anyway, point is, truth that is, when they made this situation going on, don't forget a lot of minorities had jobs. Black people from descent, because they want, and also let me educate people about the one drop rule. One drop rule was a law back in slavery, before Civil War, when slave masters were either raping or making babies black essential, like the movie Queen with Halle Berry, which made me learn my multiracial background back in '93. Okay, when I was 13 years old doing Black History Month. Her parents was in love. Okay, yes, her black Cherokee grandmother and her white slave master father was in love. You know the movie. You know that's how it as his paternal grandmother. Okay, of roots. Both Raven-Symoné and Halle Berry in lighter makeup paid. Okay, pale makeup, should I say? And the truth of the matter is, there was a rule to keep slavery legal. They was making babies by rape or consensual where we do affairs. So the kids who come out, that's why we don't look the same. So the kids can come out and they'll be a slave due to one drop of black blood. They also did like in the same thing with Queen's mother. She was black and Cherokee. Will take a part black person who's part of the American off the community because many of the slaves ranked in the American communities, and sometimes the Americans will buy a slave in order to keep them away from masters. There was the Cherokee tribe was a promoter of slavery. Don't get me wrong. In the South, there was a five states I tried to adapt the white culture. Yes, they were abusive Native American slave masters, but you had Native Americans who were not abusive, who bought a slave in order to keep them from going back to massa. Okay, so that's why many of us had Native American DNA. Okay, black Senos, for example, went to Mexico. Many of them ran to Spanish Florida, and they were free in Spanish Florida, and they were mixing with Native Americans. And before that Turner situation, a lot of the black Seminoles beat white slave masters from the other parts of the South who went to Spanish Florida. Okay, before it became ratchet ass Florida. Okay, let's be real. Okay, so that's why. So people do not know their history. All right. So they made this rule in order to make slavery legal, to keep a person in slavery. It was not teaching someone to be proud of their blackness. It was teaching them to be a slave on a plantation just by becoming a different shade hair texture. On the damn ship, it was not that color. Okay, all right. I'm lighter. If I was on the ship, I'd be the lightest slave on the ship. Okay, they were black. Okay, that's why they were called negro. Okay, they were dark chocolate, almost the color black. Okay, and they don't fit my description. Okay, point is, let's get real. Okay. So they had this rule during slavery. It was, yes, they had the mulatto category because I have on my ancestry. There are people who identify as mulatto, okay? But they got rid of that category in the 1920s when they actually made the one drop rule be nationwide, okay? Because they had some states say if you had 18% black, you consider black whatever, okay? That was to keep people in slavery and keep them with less privileges and all that other stuff. That's why they had those rules. It was not about trying to keep someone proud of their blackness. I wish y'all start. You actually teaching people keeping their place. That's what you translate your science. People submit their art, okay? So, doing the Love vs. Virginia case, which got rid of it 50 years ago, of a black Native American woman, Mitchell Loving, who married a white man. They listed her as black, even though her birth certificate did say Native American, was shocking, okay? American Indian did say that on her birth certificate. She was not legalized to marry a white man. They fought against that case and won. And the Supreme Court said the one drop rule was unconstitutional. But during the black nationalist movement who bashed Martin King's I Have a Dream integration dream, they could make this rule to be thinking people lied to people and say, this still, you got one drop of black blood, you're black. That's what this idea came from. And they remember because Garvey was a friend of the Ku Klux Klan, June 25th, 1922. He had a meeting with Cleveland. He was against W. Du Bois and Walter White, now, who looked like a white man, by the way. Walter White did, okay? Who was passed to find all these different lynchings that was going on. So they didn't like the fact that the NAACP was teaching integration. Many of the people in the NAACP was mixed. And Martin Garvey was against that. So he had a meeting with the Ku Klux Klan, and he thanked the Ku Klux Klan for having segregation. He was a coon, okay? A lot of people in our community think that having this idea that you shouldn't dream above the, think of outside the box and having freedom, that's like slave language. It's like a code word for slave language. Okay, I call it like it is. And so that's why many people support that. It's safe to be in your place and go against it because you be safe mentality. That's what people intimidate about it. But it is what it is. When the Nation of Islam came into power by a man who can pass for a Mexican or dark-haired white man named Wallace Fard, he, with that Elijah Muhammad called Master Fard, and Allah thought he was God. They also was teaching Garvinism, okay? This Malcolm X came in the situation. They brainwashed him. They messed him up. They actually, I do believe, conspired to him getting killed with the FBI because you had, J. Edgar Hoover against him. You had Elijah Muhammad against him when he revealed the fact that he was sleeping with yellow-boned teenage girls. And okay, so therefore, and they was also bashing the Martin Luther King idea of having integration and freedom. They felt that you should stay in your place mentality, and that's the being proud of who you are mentality. Who detail that. So, and I'm glad that I saw this on YouTube. And I bought one of the books about Omar Shabazz, his name. He's revealing, just like formerly Verba White, Verba Muhammad, Verba White, Inside Nation Islam, the book, revealing that the idea that H.L. Hunt, one of the white billionaires who's talked that he helped kill Kennedy, and was friends with Klan, paid Nation Islam and gave the money, which that's why that Elijah Muhammad was teaching that book to the black man, stay in your place, whatever, blah, 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 okay? So they was promoting the one drop rule, okay? And then Black Panther, some of them was promoting, there you go, okay? Black nationalism was the reason why that it was so vivid for having Muhammad Ali, because he was the ambassador at the time to teach segregation after integration was legalized. Social segregation and stay in your place, that mentality. Okay. And there was some Latinos picking ideas of this who don't like African Americans with smiley face, and they do. Okay. I know that trick. So during that time in the 70s, when a lot of the African American people, Hispanic people had jobs and equal opportunity. I remember my dad said they was going to go party every time they was working, okay? That time, okay? His best friend was Latino, Chicano, at his job when they was working at Sears. And tell my dad's business, okay? During that time, here come Reaganomics. As they mentioned in the movie Selena, a lot of minority businesses, small business, was having problems. A lot of minorities lost their jobs. The crack epidemic come in, and we already know the CIA, well, Bush was in charge of it, and with Reagan administration brought crack cocaine. They used Latino and Afro-Caribbean people, the corrupt ones, not the good ones, to bring them the drugs over here. That's why you have rumors in the African community, the Mexicans, the Colombians, those Jamaicans, and everything. I remember hearing this trash growing up, this racist, biased trash. We're hearing this in the community. They bring it, it's not us. Okay, a lot of African American people and Hispanic people were losing money, and some, not all, bought into the drug business, the crack business. They, and that's why they was getting money. It was a fast way to get money. It was a scandal. White racist people was contributing this mess. Prior to that time, you had white supremacists telling African American people, those Mexicans, those Colombians, and also the African Caribbean people from the non-Hispanic countries like Jamaica and Haiti were contributors to this. It's not. There was one coming to your community. I remember hearing this mess growing up. You also had Latinos who was told them bad black people, those bad mayates, they're here trying to kill your people. Because during the reason why the drug mess started happening, what it was, watch the movie Get Rich or Die with 50 Cent. That tells you why that's a black and brown. Even though it's the Colombians in that movie, it's why they had black and brown racism in the South, California. Because it's like that's why African American people kill each other and Hispanic kill each other. If let's say I'm a drug dealer, okay, hypothetically speaking, I'm not one, but it says so. Let's say I move into a neighborhood, I'm selling drugs. The crackheads come, I said cheap. It's no different than McDonald's and Burger King competing against each other. The drug dealer down the street is afraid that his block is going to be taken away of by me because I know how I pep my game up. That's where all this crime comes in. It's like McDonald's were fighting to kill Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Because more money, whoever makes more money on the corner, okay, or in that neighborhood. And during time, besides Bloods and Crips, who were mostly African killing each other, you had Latinos popping into the game too, okay, in that mess. You had the one particular gang I don't want to mention exactly. They were killing each other, okay? Two different black and brown gangs, you know what I'm talking about, okay? They forget that the white prison gang was contributing to this mess too, because they were afraid. Remember, in prison, a lot of white, if you're watching the movie American, thank you, a lot of white prisoners will try to rape and black and Hispanic people, black and Hispanic people at the time. So in reverse, when they start putting more men of color, African people in jail, a lot of white folks got scared because they now what hurt them in the past is thank you. I'm not saying it's okay what happened, raping is not okay, anything, but okay. So to cause a problem, cause black versus brown racism, so these two groups don't hurt me. Okay, that's what this idea came from, because the white supremacists were contributors of the drug cartels. The white supremacists were the ones who brought Latinos and African people who were corrupt in those countries to contribute the drug business here. A lot of people do not know that. Bush was one of them, and so was Reagan, which makes sense because Reagan was from California. Makes sense, okay? And he's from Texas. So a lot of our minorities got, fucked in the head by saying, oh, well, they killed my people, I'm going to kill them too. When actually, both the African American people and Hispanic should have no business in the drug cartel. Should have no business in the drug business. Once Cesar Chavez and Martin King fought for our rights, get them damn jobs. Have your own business. Practice group economics. Practice coalition with each other. Better for the future for the kids. Not try to make them thugs and cholos. Okay? That's what messed up our communities. That's why I'm not against gentrification. Because after 53 years of the civil rights being passed, African American people and Hispanic people should have got their asses together back then. There should no business for me arguing with Jose. You know, I got Spanish Creole on my roots. Jose and Vanna should not be or LaQuisha or Juanita should not be arguing about a low-wage job in 2017. They should be CEOs, business owners. They have grants, scholarships, all that stuff for minorities. You go to the library right now, it's a bunch. It have not been touched. That's why Africans, my people, Africans, have a lot of business in here and we don't have nothing. They know about that stuff. They're actually correct. They have a lot of programs for minorities we have one here in Houston. The minority male thing, whatever it's called, at Houston Community College, is targeting African American descendant and Hispanic at his Asian and mixed. Well, of course, just to be clarified, Native and all in Arabian, as well. But it's targeting brown and African American descendant men who are 18, 24 years old to have their own business. A lot of people in Houston do not know that, and it's a shock. It's a crying damn shame. Okay, but if I was to work in the jail cell right now as a cop or whatever, or a prosecutor, I see a lot of brown and African American descendant faces. Because the real reason why they target is to pick up, okay, let me get this straight. While that was going on, and this drug mess, and this prison gang mess, and all that other crap was going on, and fighting over little wage job, which I don't understand that bullshit. Can we fight to have a high wage position? Can we fight to have a CEO and a high wage that white folks got? I ain't worried about working shoes, shining clean restrooms, and being a male version of Aunt Jemima. That's not my, and to some white people in the house. That's not my future, okay? And being on welfare. Yes, I got on welfare, you know, due to family being my business, trying to stop me from being an adult when I turned 18 20 years ago. But I'm trying to get, that's why I'm not mad about trying to get rid of those programs, because I never thought I wanted to be prestige and high class. That's my doggone dream. Not to be cleaning the house and fighting over an immigrant or Latino or a brother or sister or even an African immigrant, whether it be Kuta Kinte or Jose or whatever, about a doggone job that pays less, that doesn't pay the damn fucking bills. You pay your bills, you still be broke the next week. Come on, stupid. Come on. Let's get to the subject. So, during that time, when they start promoting the films, I'm okay with promoting ideas to know what goes on in the hood, so we need to know, because those stories do get ignored. But to glamorize the gangster, the cholo, the thug that happened, that many of us are guilty listening to, gangster rap. When I believe that Clinton was fixed by the Republican Party and racist people in the Democratic Party to become president. That's why he had the three such law bill. That's why I voted for his thought ass wife Hillary. Talking about why I didn't run. You shouldn't. Your thought old ass should never ran for president, Hillary Clinton. Okay? You are friends with Trump. That's why. Cause if you believe that Margaret Sanger, who wanted to kill us in the womb, is your role model, and you say super predators, and you was one of the salt water, whatever the doggone man who was a segregationist, while Bernie Sanders fight with Martin Luther King, which I prefer him to be president, not your ass. Come on. You still bragging about being his interns. Come on, we know, and your stepson is part black. Come on, Hillary Clinton, Danny Williams. Yes, higher version of your husband Bill. Come on, did you try to act like the movie Queen with Aaron Market play in? Come on, I know that. I know. It's part of my roots. I know about that. Okay. All right. When the three shots at our Bill and Bill became president, we thought that he was on our side when he was not on our side. They had a meeting prior to that, okay, talking about other prior prison owners. Folks think that slavery is still illegal. No, it's not. In that 13th Amendment, it said, except for a punishment of a crime, that means that you're a slave when you become a prisoner. Why do you think they target African-American men and Hispanic men? Why do you think that Trump is president right now? And the DACA and putting in illegal Latinos in jail, along with trying to get brothers locked up, is to build that damn wall. It's not going to be a person choosing by pay. It's by people who are African American, Hispanic, and neighboring of color to build that wall who's locked up. Okay? During Clinton's situation, and all the minority, I remember get back in 9, we're happy we had him as president. I remember happy we gonna have jobs and all that other stuff. You still have brothers and Latino brothers thugging in the street and cholo thugging and everything else. Why that was going on? It's funny that some of the dudes I went to school with who are African and Hispanic made fun of me when I failed first grade. Remember I failed first grade? We didn't have post grade in 97, 98, okay? 20 years ago, I was supposed to have graduated, not 21 years ago. Which, 19 years ago, excuse me, okay? Because next year will be 20 years of my graduation, high school graduation. While they were making fun of me, we got to the 90s, they thugged out. They gangster, they cholo. Nothing but Gita and Baby and, Mi Vida Loca and all that other stuff. Because they promoted that. There was a meeting between the prior prison owners and record execs who are racist, or white men from Europe who don't want to reveal this later on, to target, and instead of just black, they said minority youth. And I remember seeing brothers and Latino brothers, even Asian brothers, men of color, and women too, trying to be gangster, thug out, cholo. It became a fad. It's funny, we used to make fun of crackheads and those who deal crack back in the 80s. And remember when they had hip-hop, it said self-destruction. That when the song, hip-hop was telling leave that shit alone, it started promoted in the 90s. Thank you. Interscope and Death Row and all that, yes. Why you think some Chicano rap they talking about gangster? Yes. They promote that mess to target minorities so they can put them in the process. And then guess what? They start making movies that I saw Damien Chopper's interview. I don't really like the idea of promoting. Yes, it was a career move for Damien Chopper to play Miklo. I saw his interview recently. To my mixed Latino brother who looks white, I just want to let you know that it causes scandalization in our communities. You know, the boys in the hood and all that. Yes. That's why you have that. And then the next thing you start seeing black and brown racism in movies. Yes. That's what caused that mess. It's so funny that in the 1997, the multiracial, the community I promote and I part of, movement was trying to have a multiracial category, but I never saw NAACP, National Zaragosa, LULAC, American Indian Movement, but particularly I'm going to focus on the black and brown communities, since they are both major minority groups in higher numbers. And of course, yes, and Asians are growing, but let's focus on these two groups, since the murder has to do with black and brown racism. It's weird that they did not cover many stories, and the media ignored what happened in Southern California. Okay, it's weird that when the Ku Klux Klan came to Pasadena, Anaheim, whatever, black and brown people are coming and try to fuck Donald Trump and try to get rid of, but they wouldn't act that way before. But it came together. The same groups who was not together in 1920 when the LULAC wanted the white category on the census for Hispanics, finally came together with NAACP. And this number, and yes, I'm for the NAACP back in the day when Martin Luther King was alive and before when Walter White was controlled. It got messed up in the 70s and 80s and 90s, especially when you had when they sold out to the abortion industry, when they got attended by Nation Islam Farrakhan, after being called Uncle Toms and Coons and sellouts for them, and they tried to cater to them when Bishop Chavis was part of it. Okay, remember he left the Nation Islam, left the Methodist Church, and became part of Nation Islam. No, he left the NAACP. Excuse me. He was friends with Farrakhan, and that's when that black nationalism started to come into the NAACP. Remember, NAACP and Nation Islam was not friends. They was called Uncle Toms. They was called sellouts by the Nation Islam and many other black nationalist movement. So when they went against the multiracial category, got what LULAC, I will ask the question: you're concerned about losing numbers because both communities are mixed people. African Americans and people are mixed with black and white and American. So are Latinos. You know what I mean? Latinos don't want to talk about the black part, but I'm going to go ahead and mention on my channel to reveal the truth. You're scared of losing numbers of a multiracial category, but you're not scared of people actually dying of black and brown murders. And the main corporate is I'm a minority, I'm a person of color, and only white folks can be racist bullshit. If the nation, before you start bashing me, Felix Zaragosa, okay, I'm going to give a big history lesson. Before you start bashing me about defending Andre Jackson, since he got cleared, because I had no reason to say he was guilty, because it showed that he was not part of the murder, and I was not making excuses if they said it. And no, I do think, and in my opinion, he might have known something about the murder, because every time the bookworm woman kept asking questions and I asked, he tried to avoid it, like he was scared, like he knows something about it. But don't put me in that mix, okay? Only because I'm concerned about this, because I am part of both of these communities, genetically, okay? Before I knew I was Hispanic descent, the Spanish Creole part of me, okay? I was already cross-cultured into Hispanic culture. Went to predominantly Hispanic school, speak Spanish. I felt about, if you have Latinos listening to hip-hop, I was probably listening to Tejano music, salsa, merengue, cumbia, reggaeton. I lived in El Paso for 3 years. Went to predominantly Hispanic. Actually, David Carrasco was friends of every race almost before he committed suicide. Okay, not to tell some of my business, one of the relatives of the one who played Sin's killer worked at Job Corps. Okay, you know, a little bit of the Vettles. Okay, of the Vettles. The guy who's trying to fight that oil, I forgot his name. Come on, I forgot. He's a boxer. He's a lightweight. I met him personally. Okay. Okay, came to Job with him and Chicano boxer. Okay, no, not the run. Okay, all right. So in 2004, his name. Okay, and I met even Latinos who graduated from an HBCU college called TSU here in Houston, who one of them went to St. Pius Church, took me home to Job Corps when I wait on the bus. Okay, he used to work. The man used to work at Job Corps, by the way. The Latino guy who did took me home. His wife was gonna take me home coming from Mass on Saturdays. Okay, back in 2006. So, and I also sing Tejano music. Before I knew I had Hispanic roots in me, this bothers me since unlike people who, well, no, not the bad influence. She had did something for the African American community as well, but unlike some people who float, go back and forth with both communities and don't do nothing for me, I do care about both these communities. That's the whole reason why. I do care about the race relations within black and brown communities. I went to Panama as an African American man who also mixed with white and American and later on found out his Hispanic origin was in my roots. These things do concern me. I might have children with a part Mexican woman that I'm talking to who's part Asian and part Mexican. Okay? This concerns me. Okay? My children, besides their daddy having a drop of Spaniard DNA, black Spanish DNA, you know what I'm saying? They may have to face this problem. Okay, and one thing, as a person within the multiracial community, I have always advocated to talk about this issue because it was getting ignored. The only thing people focus on black and white and brown and white and Asian white mixing, but not within the communities. Okay, not talking about Blaxicans. Actually, the Blaxican brother who looks more Mexican descent in the stereotypical sense in California, I do want to admit him from Southern California. He talked about the Blaxican Project. And actually one of the rappers that I was trying to get signed to, who is a Blaxican, you know, Delinquent Habits, Chemo Blaxican, I have emails and receipts of him and I talking on, and also on my MySpace messages still have its data, but him and I talk on MySpace, trying to get on his record label, Dead Silence record back in 2006. Okay, also I like Accent, the rapper. Remember I just did a video about supporting Latino, especially Mexican rappers on DJ Flad channel. Okay? I listen to Latino hip-hop. Just like I want to be in Tejano music, singing in Spanish music, I'm one thing about being real. I wish your message, you want something, you be real with it. You don't be fake with it. These issues, so, you know, actually, and I also want to interview SP and South Park Mexican. Since everybody's is all trying to ask DJ Flad, I will do the interview. I have a lot of questions to ask. I'm not afraid to talk to him because actually, I actually was, even though I ain't like him, you know, co-sign with his African American friends using the N-word in his music, I did support SPM's music. Actually, I knew one of my talent, the first time agent had connection with SPM. Not to tell his business, okay? So, and Lil Kiki. So this bothers me. Okay, you know, I growing up in, you know, going to a predominantly Hispanic school with this look, okay, with my phenotype, that's bothered me. The black and brown races and having white racist people promoting it bothered me. Okay, and not talking about the Afro-Mexican mixture, that too, and also how black and brown people did help, because reading by A Mutual Mistrust, that book, I read that before I went back to Houston. I remember the night when I was about to go to Houston on a flight, and I owed the Zaragosa Community College library. I did go that night and put the book. I went on the campus that night, and it was the 8th of January 2007, because my flight was on the 9th, right? Yeah, okay, or the 10th. One of those. Okay, I'm the one that put that book back in the, the book drop. Okay, I did that night. Okay, I had to come in and got my hair braided, and I don't forget that night, and we're getting ready to go back to Houston, leaving there across the Java Center. So this issue does affect me. Okay, and that's the reason why, since you made a big hoopla about it, that's why I put you on blast. And you try to say I look suspicious. I was working at Macy's and I tell my business when this whole shebang was happening. In the Bushi area in the Memorials. Thank you. I'm gonna tell my business. Alright. Okay? When this whole situation happens, so don't put that lie on me. Now I detect your lie. Okay? Okay? Thank you. So, and I remember doing that week, I was very anti-minority, particularly African-American Hispanic. Because I didn't want to know, I will admit, I had biases. I didn't want to talk to nobody about African-American descent unless I knew them who was not racist. But particularly, anybody come up to me, talking me about this whole shebang, I didn't want to talk about, because you had African-American people. You had a Mexican, and you had the y'all nothing. I'm my own individual. Don't you dare say that. And I also found out I'm also part Hispanic, Creole, okay, Spanish Creole. So this issue does affect me, and I might have a child that's part Mexican. I love all type of women, but you know, the girl I'm talking to is part Spanish and part Hispanic and part Asian. And if we do get married, once I get my financial status together, I might have children who are part, so that's affects me. Okay? And singing in Latin music, it does affects me. Just like Macklemore sing Coco Black hip hop music, and was walking for Mike Brown, that white Irish man, my Irish brother, that affects. Paul Wall is in love by the African Hispanic community here in Houston. He's married to a sister. Okay, thank you. He's talking about social issues. Come on, if you're gonna be in some other communities' music, you have to be part of the community in order to bring awareness and bring the communities together. That's how you're supposed to do. You ain't supposed to sell records and not be, no offense to Jennifer Lopez. Thank you. All right. So, okay. So Eminem. Okay. So so that's the whole reason why that I talk about that subject. And a lot of minorities think that only white people can be racist because they have the power to be racist. But to my white counterparts, my brothers and sisters that have one drop of your DNA, no, minorities can be racist too, and it needs to be called out. Okay, and if I actually would high charge minorities who do commit hate crimes. I think everybody should be high charged in prison, no matter if they're white too, okay? Because especially in something that's going on, and you worrying about a brother killing you, be worrying about a white man who don't like the whole DACA situation going on here, okay? And that's not one of the white racist thugs. When they have saw in Charlottesville, they talking about the white one, but they ain't talk about DeAndre Jackson. DeAndre Harris who got beat up, and they didn't talk about what's that woman who's from here in Houston, went to Bel Air High School, who's Mexican American descent, her getting hit by that car. They're talking about that white woman being hit and got killed. Okay, let's get to the Charlottesville riots. A lot of us need to stop blaming. One thing I don't understand with any African American in the Hispanic community, drugs, crime, gang violence is always an issue in our community. So who in the hell can we point fingers at? Okay? And you also mentioned that if a Latino was killing an African American person, they would not be. George Zimmerman, Afro Mestizo, part Afro Mestizo on his mama's side. Remember, his great grandfather was Afro on her mama's side, her mother's father. Okay, is not locked up for killing Trayvon. Giannis is not locked up for killing Philando Castile. Many murders, unsolved murders, due to the gang violence in South California. Okay. And yes, there are also African perpetrators, but also Latino perpetrators. People hush don't snitch myths are not solved. Okay, So before you say anything about that, this situation, there's a lot of corruption in the government, and it's sad that a Latino man comes here who support Falter, Colin Falter. Don't forget when they talk about your my African American people, they also talk about your ass too. The Trump campaign beginning, before they start talking about African American people, was about Trump talking about Latino immigrants raping and murdering. Let's not forget that the ones that he's talking about, is not the majority of immigrants who are illegal, but those the ones doing the drug situation with Bush brought here. Okay? That's thank you. Because the immigrants who came here illegally now and many before are not the immigrants who was here drug dealing, killing, and murdering, and thugging. Okay? But the ones that have their drug to kill us and kill other Latinos, so cause a genocide in both communities and mass incarceration in both African American and Hispanic communities. Thank you. Alright? So before you start talking about me and coming on my channel, Felix, do your own investigation with the two guys who's on camera saying they saw a dark-skinned man. And if suspicious, I don't have the same complexion. Yo tengo tono caramelo. No tengo tono como café escuro or negro cacabon. Okay, so you understand? So I hope you understand negro cacabon. Okay, negro como carbon. Okay, I don't have the complexion. Okay, so don't go here with me. All right. Just like Latinos are all look alike, African Americans seem to look alike because we're both mixed race people. And I say both because those three races are in our DNAs. Okay? 3, not 2. 3. Tres razas. Okay? So, I had to put you on blast. Before I took a shower, even though I'm early to get ready to go to work and cook breakfast and everything else, but before you start bashing and attacking, the reason why I defended Andre after it's been clarified that remember I did say he did commit it, okay? But when they said verbatim in facts that he had nothing to do with the murder, I had no other choice. I also banned Andre Jackson for bashing Michael Jackson's kids due to their looks and knowing that that's in our DNA, in our family history, and in doing Black history. Walter White, he looked like a white man, okay? All right, and saying that he was Michael Jackson's son when unfortunately there's no case of that. Not only color, I can make a dark chocolate child too, okay? Due to mixed DNA. It's not about that. The man name is the third, not Michael Jackson third. So what happened there? Yes, he's from California, but can you please, was Mama Billie Jean? Can y'all please let me know what's going on here? I even, before the whole thing, I tweeted to Janet Jackson in Paris. Not the spam on there, Twitter blog, okay? About the situation. And when he started claiming to be Michael Jackson's son, come on, alright? Can you just understand why that is the different name compared to Michael Jackson? Because Andre and Michael are not saying the same thing. And I had to ban him. He kept on. I said, dude, can you stop with the bashing Michael Jackson's kids mess? He kept on doing it. He kept on doing it. And I banned his ass. So I'm waiting for you to make a talk. I gave you a live stream and put you on blast because you came on harassing me about this bullshit. I talked about this because I'm concerned about this black and brown racism. Okay? I'm concerned about both communities. Unlike the nation, not them. Although I did meet Abel Muhammad, who's the Mexican American of Nation Islam. No, I was not affiliated with them. They happened to be at Discovery Green. I go ahead and tell my business. In 2014, for Martin Luther King, on the why the Nation Islam was there. That was the camel bald head man who about my complexion to be on the Viral show. He was there, and the dark complected brother, and that Mexican American man who's in. And I didn't want to get in an argument, but I guess that bald head brother who's my complexion saw my videos and tried to bash my multiracial identity. Say, oh, my black man. Well, first, I'm a mixed race man. I'm not pure black. Okay, you know I'm an enemy to you. I don't believe what your Elijah Muhammad. I don't believe none of that mess. Okay, call me a coon. I'm Walter King. I'm what? What's the man name? I'm not with Garvey. What's the man that was going against Garvey? W. Du Bois. Okay. I'm not. So stop trying to make a collective situation. One thing, a smart person go after people who share the same beliefs of them, not those who don't want no part of their belief system. Keyword. And just out of peace, I shook their hands, including Abel Muhammad, who's the Mexican American man of the nation. Okay, but I did not want to shake none of their hands, okay? Because I don't believe in. I don't know why the hell y'all at the Martin King function at that talk trash about him when he was alive, okay? At Discovery Green back in 2014, because I was helping out with Obamacare. I was doing helping out me and like this brother and this Latino woman, this sister and this Latino man was helping out with Obamacare, doing community service. You know, when you're on public, how you do community service. I was doing that, okay? After I couldn't, try to get my hours of community service, okay? So, therefore, to tell my business, but for this. And, Abraham Muhammad, he's the Mexican-American Latino man that was in Nation Islam, okay? But, truth of the matter is, I don't want no affiliation with them people. I don't believe that even they come through the community, when I had my perm hair out that time, and the hot yellow brother, they would look at me strange and say, yeah, I got a perm in my hair. And they went the opposite direction. I said, "Oh, thank you, Jesus." Okay, yes. And then one time, they did come to my apartment, my old apartment. I said, "Can you please get out? Don't ever come." Like I tell the Jehovah's, don't come to my apartment. I said, "No, I don't." And I make the joke sometimes. No, I'm not attacking Orthodox Muslims. I'm talking about these fake Muslims. I said, I'm gonna have some poke in my hand. No offense, not to be xenophobe. I don't like the nature of Islam. The real Islam people, the Islamic people, no. I'm okay with y'all, because y'all true Islam. When my ex went to Mecca, he realized that it was about peacehood and brotherhood of all colors and dressing the same. I've been watching the movie with Denzel Washington, okay? So, all right. And then I cried when they killed him, too, in front of his kids. And they make that argument about, and also, too, when Malcolm X's grandson, the one that burnt Bashavar's house and her, he got killed by Mexican people in Mexico, okay? And there are people making stories about that. So, I mean, same thing. If he was in the hood, he got killed too. If he can get killed too, okay? In Chicago. No offense to Chirac. But y'all, I get tired of hearing this argument, okay? Just like if Trayvon Martin was in Chicago in the hood somewhere, some brother 19 killed him. If Jose Flores was in the hood, the body of a Latino, if he was in Mexico, would have the drug, that can happen. So I wish the arguments don't make any sense, because it'll be safe in both brown communities or in countries or like a black communities as well if you made an argument like that. So there's both shit in both communities. Can we still worry about who can please the white man? Okay, when we hold the raza, who's an immigrant, and who's illegal, and who's that, and all that other crap, and who's light, and who dark, and who hair straight, curly, whatever can get, and pelo malo, and pelo bueno, and billeto, and nappy head, and straight head, and everything else, and all these other different names. At the end of the day, the black identified man brother and the Hispanic brother don't get no, they ain't gonna play like the white man do in this country. Okay? They gave Barack Obama hell. Imagine it was Ben Richardson as president, they'll give him hell too. They giving Latino and African American men hell when they get higher percentages. That's true, and they don't have no power. Okay, notice that. No offense to the mayor and even the HPD chief, they have no power to stop racism in their departments. That black and brown no. Let me say this: when McClinton, whatever his name is, the one with the Irish name, the brother, the mahogany complected brother who was before the Hispanic brother of HPD, the sister Kathy, whatever her name is, who was a former HPD officer, came on Forward Times and revealed that African American and Hispanic officers are mistreated in the department by white counterparts, because the Klan is infiltrate the police department. That's called like it is. Okay. So, no wonder they out there attacking their communities. Because I never get a Latino man would tell me how the Mexican American police officer talked to him. He's an immigrant. Okay, you have coons and porchos who intimidate, I call it like it is, intimidated by white race and rednecks in their departments and taking it out on their own minority communities or the opposite. That's why I said when an African American, when I was talking about the George Zimmerman stage, if an African American sitting person or Hispanic person mistreats me in uniform, a white person shits on them within the department, I'm not screaming black or Hispanic, Latino lives matter, okay? You know what I'm saying? You want to throw shit at me and abuse your power, trust me, karma on that shit, okay? So, there's no way in the world I would think a white lesbian mayor, Parker, then a dark complected brother, Turner, McLean, whatever his name is, who in HPD Art, allowing this stuff to happen in the apartment. And then you had the whole the Jadon Hernandez and Latino chief is in charge of the Harris County. What? You're scared to tell that Shauna and Terry Thompson killed this man? What? Okay, so that's the whole reason why that I talk about this. They're weak. They're not like the Latino and African American people in NYPD who came together, who was told by NYPD to go harass African Americans and Hispanic folks and LGBT people in New York. They're not like them people there. And reveal they get a ticket, a prize, whatever, a paycheck, whatever, a points if they go in their communities and they got tired at. They said they went to Manhattan. They would call the mayor's office. The white folks would. And I think that minorities in African American, when they get harassed by police, they forget that the mayor is the chief of their police department in their communities. You need to contact Mayor Turner on his voicemail or email him when you go through this mess. I have done it before. Okay? Yes, I have. I've contacted his office before. Okay? Because I'm a citizen, taxpaying citizen in this country. I have a law-abiding citizen. I am not trying to commit crimes here. Okay? And I'm not trying to be part of the prison population slavery complex, okay? And I know what the secret within the community, and I know that there's minorities trying to team up with white supremacists trying to do it to each other, okay? And I read about this. I talk about this. One thing I'm very expressive because I know exactly the secret. Like Michael X before he got killed, he knew that H.L. Hunt gave money to the Nation Islam, okay? When he said the Ku Klux Klan and it was in pact with each other, which I already do because they tell us how to live our lives. One to vote when they're using the, yeah, thank you. We will have freedom. We will determine our own lives, not the, on the subject. Okay? So, I'm letting you know, Zaragosa, please, in all due respect, get off my channel. And I will block you if it happens. Yeah. I'll try to give you feedback. And I want to let you know something, dude. I don't like this idea of you coming to my channel with this black and brown racism, and you got one drop of Afro-Latino from Mexico DNA 910. I'm assuming you're, let me know if you're not Mexican, because I want to be educated, okay? But you can hate on your ancestors who's on the haciendas of Colombia, Mexico, aka Nueva España, all you want by bashing me and denying them for white supremacy, but you'll never be 100% Pueblo Blanco, okay? No matter how many your grandchildren try to marry some white person to make more lighter skinned kids, okay? And you think you can get some of that dinero, that money, it doesn't happen that way. A lot of white people who are racist do not want, while this whole gentrification is going on, do you know, I followed whatever his name is, okay? That's when I revealed that Pocho making fun of the Latino immigrants. Remember, y'all know I'm talking about Legal Latino, wherever his name is, okay? Now, who's a Chicano activist, revealed this man at a party with a bunch of white people in his Mexican, because he's Peruvian, and the woman's Mexican American, and they're making fun of Carlos Santana's song, Maria, you know what I'm saying, talking about the border and get away from it. Yes, okay, that mess. They revealed that while California's, they talking about immigration, you have Latinos for Trump, Pochacunin, and you have white people admitting to get being them two thoughts I made a video of in Colorado, California, where it's called, getting Mexican Americans out their community. See, you're not attacking white people who, and everybody said gentrification. No, do you think I really want taxpayer money being raised up for minorities to get out their communities so white people move in? No, I don't. But I'm glad it's happening. Because for 53 years of this whole black and brown racism and do the drugs and who can please the white man bullshit, due to oh, I'm sorry. You said don't forget about Puerto Rico massacre. I'm sorry. I didn't see your comment, Gilbert. We're talking. Well, yeah, Puerto Rico massacre. Yeah, I'm not forgetting about that. I didn't see your comment, but in reports, hold on, Gilbert. Due to the fact that due to the fact that minorities of both communities been fighting about how to please the white man, okay, with this black and brown bullshit. After 53 years of integration being passed, okay, instead of trying to fix the community, stop selling the white racist man dope, stop fighting on drug charges and fighting in prison who take more, because at the end of the day, none of those gangs or any of those communities have true property rights. Yes, I know that California and Texas was part of Mexico. Don't forget that the white race man was trying to make them states be his so he can expand slavery. Okay? That's how I know about Mexico having black DNA, due to the fact that it was within the girl's law going against slavery. And white Texan people like Sam Houston, who came from the South and immigrated without papers with black slaves and mixed part black slaves, who went against the rule. Okay? So I know my history unlike other people. But since 53 years of this black and brown mess, yes, let gentrification happen. Yes, let them white folks take them communities back. I bet you will not see no black and brown racism in who and fight and crime around. Because I'm not saying all Latinos, our African Americans, descendant people are the contributors of crime. But since that mess is going on and they fight amongst each other and they populating like stupid rats. You know how a rat, you put a rat trap, a rat in your house, you put a rat trap and it dies trying to get some cheese. That's how that stupid it is to go to jail. They're being targeted to build the wall. They're being targeted to be slaves and fighting amongst each other and raping each other for white supremacists, while the white folks in the jail or control jail just laughing at these two people acting a fool. Yes, let gentrification happen. I bet you, and I'm glad that Stacey Dash, my Blaxican sister, you don't like the bitch, campaign for Trump during the murder was going on, okay, endorsed, so it can make minorities humble again. While Trump was trying to make white again, that includes non-Latinos, okay, since Latinos for Latin America are mixed, not Puerto Blancos, okay. It'll make both communities humble again, till they will put no black or Hispanic or dogs allowed, to remind them of their history and give a good ass whooping of history. And I bet you, when all that shit goes down, you will not hear nobody call somebody a mayate or wetback or nigger or spick and all the other crap and beaner. I bet you they'll be humbled in. Okay? I bet you. So, worry about gentrification, dude. Worry about why they made this doggone crime. The reason why this young man's murder is being exploited is because of black and brown racism started and caused gentrification. Because there won't be no black and brown people fighting and arguing in North Main area in the next couple of years. It'll be white people. And then I bet you a bunch of black and brown descendant people will be homeless then. And they will be saying kumbaya in English and Spanish, or aka Albanics later on. And holding hands saying we shall overcome if you keep having this mess go on. Okay? Because it's happening in a moment. It's weird that I said that Stacey Dash, that Trump was going to win. I said it and it happened. It's weird that it was going on before I found out that she actually was campaigning for Trump while this murder and this mess was going on. It's weird that I said that there should be a hurricane and it happened. God, what's going on with me? I ain't no psychic, and the psychics are not forbidden in the Bible, so why? My name also means Hebrew that God remembers. Makes a lot of sense. I know a cousin, but maybe that message is a heavy message to warn people about what's going on right now. So I'm not mad about what happened last year. Although I was scared and I was going to go to Mexico, I'm glad I haven't made that trip yet. Maybe the stuff I'm saying has a lot to do with truth. Okay? Bye.